Yes, and so then the capital ma subject of ma Chambayina, Chobar Juba, then Zambara Tamjava, then Zamba Tarchimban Juki tunes, subject of Sums Nama Dundukureva. What Tambo de Chobar Juba, Niba de Zambar Tamjava, then Sumba de Zamba Tarchimban Juki tunes, O Tatina Dundur, Tati in the Sama Tanda de Chobar Juba, subject Sumjinanova, Tachoba Kari Jogu Yora Sebaina. Tene 지단 강세에 지자르바 지자 얘네 약간 데리술란 주고 요래서나 tene 제레셀란 주고 요러와 tene 관계 추궁스나 제레 tene 라마다 여름에 제레시 관계에서와 tene 추궁 tene 소년 남체기 바르게 최탐제 tene 종 메시장스도 사말라 tene 로아메 바와메 바로와 간조 텐제 타게 송고요와 대송고요라와 너무 메시자 아니 되게 가리된 거요래서나 되네 챔베인데 된 거요라와 지다와 챔베 오인데 챔베인데 된 거래 되네 로에 되는 주도 전전바 세도 사만나 되네 제외인데 된 거라와 로에 되는 주도 전전바 쓰네 되네 되네 손에 남쟁이 바르게 되네 최탐제 로아메 바와메 바로와 텐전 가서게 투라 총장 되네 로에텔라 맞좀바 슈고 레베스네 데 슈고 마레스 로에텔라 되네 닌제 뒤다도 되네 좀바른 자거레스 되네 좀바르 제베 되네 라마다 야르메베 되네 제레세라 되네 뒤다도 되네 류가 예수님 고숨 구베고네 되네 차체로 선다 차체와레.
And so the first verse, it says, at all times I prostrate with respectful 3 doors of body, speech, and mind to the Supreme Guru and the Protector Chenrezig, who, though realizing that all phenomena neither come nor go, make single-minded effort for the sake of all sentient beings. So the text it consists of 3 sections. First, there is the words of homage. Then there is the commitment to the composition of this text. And then third is the conclusion, that is the completion of the composition. So first it begins with the words of homage. So that's the first verse here, the words of homage. It says in these words of homage, I prostrate. So it begins kind of the syntax is a little different in Tibetan. So it begins with to who do I prostrate? To the protector Chenrezig, who is inseparable from the guru, the root guru. And then even though he had realized that phenomena neither come nor go. So he has realized, in other words, all phenomena in their nature, how they really are, the true nature of phenomena, being free from 8 extremes and so on. So he realized the true nature of phenomena, but he did not just abide within this realization, but instead he even though he had realized that, he made a single-minded effort for the sake of all sentient beings. So even though he had realized things as they are, there also was great love for all sentient beings. And with great love, he made continuous effort day and night for the sake of sentient beings. So to this Chenrezig, who is inseparable from the guru at all times, with body, speech, and mind, with the 3 doors, I respectfully pay homage or prostrate.
고랑기 자외 라마다 제레세 야르메 발라 차 세베드는 고바디 가르레세 바이나 되네 게세 란렌데 마 점용데 삼발라 되네 친한기 게신 바르시니 되네 점바 타르침벌 요행기 체도 고바디 체도 되네 고랑기 자외 라마다 제레세 야르메 발라 되네 뭐 차세바레스.
So what is the real purpose of prostrating to the root guru inseparable from Chenrezig? it is that so that the composition of the 37 practices will be free of any outer or inner obstacles, any hindrances. And so that the composition of this text will be completed without any hindrances. So that's the purpose of prostrating to Chenrezig, who is inseparable from the root guru.
되네. 다 니바 subject 당보디 처벌 줘버데 드스 심바체 슈 심바체 네 subject 니바 잠버 담 잡아래 되네 마 펜데 주는 조베 산제남 담제 두블레 준데 대야니 대라렌셰라 라레베 게제 남제 라렌셰 버차스 다데 된다 가리 송고여서나 내가 펜바 탑도 대와 탐제지 주는 조베 산제남이야 되네 상 가리치니 개바르 상 간데치니 개바르에서나 주메 제멜레 되네 상 개바르에서나 말레스 되네 상 간데치니 개바르에서나 담배 취 루발라 되네 되네 상 개바르에서와 점제 그나 잔주지 셈다 진소 파지 줄어서 봐 담배 취 루발라 되네 되네 상 개바르에서 점제 대선자 되네 상 개발라 되네 게세남지 되네 라레 되네 진소 파진 줄라서 봐 되네 잔주심으로 다가나시 되네 진소 파진 쪽에 냠내라서 봐 되네 셰발라 라레그레 상제발라 계속에 냠내 제단된도 시행고레스 대셰발라 라레그레스 점점 대에 송산다 게세남제라는 셰버 차송을 되네 게세 잔주심바난지 되네 담보 잔주조도 툭 간대 계획 요매 되네 툭제니 되네 진소 파진 줄라서 봐라 되네 간대 진에 랍게 요매 다 대마 고란기 So
this was the first section of the words of homage, and then second is the commitment to the composition of this text, and that is the verse that says, "The perfect Buddha's source of benefit and happiness arise from accomplishing the sublime Dharma. As that accomplishment depends on knowing the Dharma practices, I will explain the Bodhisattva practices." So the source of all temporary benefit and ultimate happiness is the accomplishment of the sublime Dharma. And so the state of enlightenment, the accomplishment of enlightenment, does not rely on any ordinary means, but it relies on the knowledge of the Holy Dharma, the practice of the Holy Dharma. So that is the practice of the Bodhisattvas. It depends on knowledge of the Dharma, that is virtuous in the beginning, middle, and the end. So in the beginning, how did the Bodhisattvas cultivate bodhicitta? And then in the middle, how did they train in the Bodhisattva ways? And in the end, how did they become enlightened as a result of this practice? So the author says, this is what I will explain.
다 게셀란레 소드마 승인디 이다 슝무시디 다 카티네만 고츠고요다 텐저 주치니까 톱디들 다신 코에 솔레 제제치 닌다친다 일와면 바이 년심 공부 게셀란레 이세다 데네마 쇼레가 숨주 소드요레 한다 텐저 주치니까 톱디들 샤바네 데네 마게 만다 대다로 점배 주변 개와남세 마경오에 가도 바르라 쇼로가 숨주 섭딩요래 디 좀쟁기 전에 되네 된저 고란기 챈데나야 되네 게셀알레 섭드마세 도시 잡아레마도 지난 강가지와 있는 쇼로가 숨주 섭딩 세금 말이 십주 셰솜이나지 요버래 다 슝무시 가도라 쇼로가 숨주 섭딩기 보니 땜바 송자 되네 슝 고란라야 되네 챈데라야 게셀알레 섭드마세 토고야 좀쟁 데려봐 아니야라 대진 줄샤나.
And then we come to the actual body of the text, beginning with the first verse. At this time, when the difficult to gain ship of leisure and fortune has been obtained, ceaselessly hearing, pondering, and meditating day and night, in order to liberate oneself and others from the ocean of cyclic existence, is the Bodhisattva's practice. So the text begins with the verse on the precious human birth, and then it goes through 37 verses and completes with the verse on dedication, which is verse number 37. And so because there is these 37 ways of the Bodhisattvas, it is known as the Bodhisattva's practices in 37 verses. So actually, the entire text consists of 43 verses, but the main body of the text, the actual practices, are 37. And so that is why the text is known as the 37 verses, or the 37 things that Bodhisattvas do.
Ninda tsindu yawa meba yi nyesim gomba gese lakle yi se. Da tel joro sudu samala tene tewa ge jorwa chuh se rwa. Nwa tang anzu shiri na sungpa na shiri nyawa yi da tenru da siring lada lalo da lokta sanje chi tongpa kukpa tida mihum ge se rwa tewa ge. Tene jorwa chuh minyi uchi ongbo san leta malo nela te sanje chunda tamchu sung. Tenpa nenda teji shenshin yingni tsewa osin jorwa chu ndorna tewa gedan jorwa chu tsangbe teni tenjor di karila pe jabara se na pena janso paru don rogo na teni chu chenpu chi shweni teni janso paru don rogo go yorwa o chula teni janso paru don rogo ba nashi tenjor ki luden la teni teni sangye jingomba teni top go yorwa pe tru tabu de karasana tenjorgi ludendi char. Ngaranzo tenjorgi ludendi tene nyebar kawa resta. Nyebar kawa tena ya tene juyi goni nyebar kawa, chanchi goni nyebar kawa, tene pe goni nyebar kawa rwa. O ngo goni nyebar kawa. Ta sungzi mangbo yore rwa. O ta indi sama tenjor chubshi nyeka tari. O tendabe tene juyi goni samlo tangba ine ya tene nyebar kawa. O ngo goni samlo tangba ine ya tene ngo tewa ge jora chugi goni samlo tangba ine nyebar kawa. Tene juyu goni nyebar kawa karesana tene migi chubula soba tsutum sungu korwa. Ngaranzo uma jubba na sumba na shere. Ngonde juni tsutum lenshi mese migi chubu ki tsutum deya sungu korwa tenjor. Te tenzo ya tene pe sung ya kale kaporwa. Te sung tuya kale kapo ina tene tenjor luden singen deya tobeya de kale kapo inba de te lamsa ngaranzo rikpa ki drup tokorwa. Karesana judi tene drup kale kapo ina tene dribu deya tobeya kale kapo cha deya rwa. Te ko chunyi rewa. Ngo indi sama o taringi tene tenjor o tewa ge joro chu sambe tenjor deya tene nyebar kawe tene tuyin del da shen koya sole treje chiresini da randa shen ko simjian tamji tene korwe ki jaso chembole pena korwe jaso chembole pa rogo ko maranzo jamso chembole pa tuyin gogo ena chu chembochi na drone tene jamso paru don rogo ba nashi tene korwe jamsole pa kowe 동행이 잠솔에 지어 고고에나 얘네 된저기 리든 추대라 때네 되네 로고래 송래 어 되래 되네 제제실 년다 천도 예와면 봐 예성 공부 나네 예세라네 예스 되네 년다 천도 되네 셈어 남에게 온도 마송 봐라 아니 뭐쉬 예백갑라 얘네야래 되네 나란서 터봐 삼바 공부 간지갑라 얘네야 되네 예세라네 되네 셈 예와면 보네 되네 뭐 된저 리든데 추서서 마당 봐 되네 디체고래 송래 되네 최년백가라 이내야 도스 제고래 되네 년바 삼바 공바 터바 삼바 공바 간지갑라 이내 도스 제고래 송래 년생 공바 계세라네 예세.
And so the first verse, at this time when the difficult gainship of leisure and fortune has been obtained, ceaselessly hearing, pondering, and meditating day and night in order to liberate oneself and others from the ocean of cyclic existence is the Bodhisattva's practice. The leisures and the fortunes, so there's 8 leisures and 10 fortunes. The 8 leisures or like freedoms are not being born in the hell realms as a hungry spirit, as an animal, as a long life god, as in a border region, in a borderland, with imperfect faculties, holding wrong views, and at a time when Tathagata has not appeared. And then, so then the 10 fortunes or advantages are being born as a human, being born in a central land, having one's sense faculties complete, not engaging in wrong livelihoods, or being free from extreme karmic action, having faith in the teachings. And then, so these are the 5 first, and then a Buddha has come to this world, then the Buddha has shown them Dharma. Dharma is still present. They are followers of these teachings. And then these followers treat one another with, look after one another with kindness. So these are the 10 fortunes. So the 8 leisures and the 10 fortunes. And so it says here, the difficult to gain ship. It is just like if you want to transcend an ocean, you need a ship. And the ship that allows us to transcend the ocean of samsara is the precious human body. That is difficult to gain. It is difficult to gain in terms of its causes, in terms of numbers, in terms of illustrations, and in terms of its nature. For example, in the Umajupadi entering the Madhyamaka, it says that one must practice ethical discipline and not engage in the 10 non-virtuous actions. So it is ethical discipline, that refrains from the 10 non-virtuous actions, that serves as the cause for birth as a precious human being. And that is a very difficult, it is difficult to create all these causes, which is why it is so difficult to find a precious human birth. When the cause is difficult, then also the result is difficult. That is just the nature of things. So then it says to liberate oneself and others from the ocean of cyclic existence is the Bodhisattva's practice. So imagine that samsara is like a vast ocean, and in order to transcend this ocean, you need a ship. So the ship that transcends the ocean of samsaric suffering is the precious human body. And so for this reason, one should use this human body day and night in order to liberate oneself and others from samsara without distraction. So without distraction, day and night, one should listen, reflect, and meditate on the Dharma. So in this way, one must not allow this human existence to go wasted. And so when listening to the Dharma, or when reflecting on the Dharma, or practicing the Dharma, one should therefore do so single-pointed nor without distraction.
Oh yeah, the choose chik data res. Oh yeah, so nam de tamje sewa ne, ona nyembe dana tamje jega na jem balong kuba
Yezebe Sole Drova Drova Shoi Chancho Semjo Rinpoche
boje
Maje
maje
Bana Jejuro Jewa Nyamba Miba Yang Kone
kone
Kondu Perwara Shoi Njember Pavo
jedara
Chedan Nyamba
chamba
Dan Gundu Sambo Tiyan Tijin De Teda
jeda
Gunje
gungi
Jesu Dalo Jengewa Deda Tamji Rabdu Ngo Sheja Gunchen
kunjin
Chokye Tendere
chejin
Nida
tende
Wanto Ndigomba Denshan
kunjin
Parje
pake
Denba Zindi Wara Yedro Tosan Gombe
sam
Zijuro Je Watene Ta Teng Natu Saswa Watichi Tene Ta Rinpoche Tosan Gombe Sama Jesse Lana Kore Topa Chitime Yamna Yabo Chiti Natu Sama Washutom Yabo Tene Dan Gatian Bochi Natu Dapa Zonga Jesse Lana Kitchen Bozonga Dan Jasen Gatian Gati Mambo Nari What in do down Rinpoche to get it non as a transfer that he younger Yamnachi Tangerwa, Jimati, not to summer, should be a kitchen police.
So we stop the teachings here. So it's really excellent that we are able to receive these teachings on the 37 practices from Rinpoche, because he has really practiced these 37 practices. It's really excellent that we can receive these teachings from him. Also, Gachin Rinpoche always says the 37 practices are so important, and we have received many instructions from him on that as well. And so now receiving Rinpoche's instructions here is a reminder of these teachings on the 37 practices and how important it is to engage in their practice.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
Everybody, thank you.
Yay.
oh, yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, Jerry.